Hello everyone, this is Dr. Chandni, a pediatric faculty from ADRPLEXUS. I'm very proud and happy to introduce you Dr. Shwetha from Kilpauk Medical College, who was our ADRPLEXUS online student who has scored a rank of 37 in the INI-CET November exam. Hello Shwetha, good evening.
Hi ma'am, good evening ma'am.
So how do you feel? What was your initial reaction when you saw your rank?
Ma'am, truly speaking, I couldn't believe it myself. I had to check it so many times. My parents also checked it so many times to even come to a conclusion. It took time. Truly speaking, even now it's still kind of, so happy and what to say, it's just God's grace, nothing else to
Yeah,
say on it, ma'am.
Yeah, we at ADRPLEXUS are very happy and wishing you hearty congratulations for scoring a rank of 37. We are very proud of you as well.
Thank you
So
so much,
more
ma'am.
than all your, I mean, you said that everything goes to God and all, but then your preparation is also very important, right? For scoring a rank
Yes.
less than 100 and that to 37 is not something which is only because of God's grace. That is definitely there. And apart from that, your hard work and preparation has made you to reach this stage.
Yes, ma'am, definitely, ma'am. And also the guidance of all the faculty members and the ADRPLEXUS who guided throughout. The credits also go to all of them, ma'am.
Okay, I hope your parents are very happy, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, okay, so just few points regarding your preparation, how you went on with this journey. So,
Yes.
how was your preparation for INI-CET? So, when did you complete your
Uh,
internship and how did you start with your preparation?
Ma'am, I completed my internship in May 2025, following which I started to prepare properly from June only, and then I gave NEET-PG, following which I continued my preparation with for INICET. It was not just oriented to INICET. I actually joined the ADR in the month of August end or September, from which I started, which from when I realized that I should have a platform to at least help me out how I should go about in my preparation. Because till then, during my entire college days and also during the internship period, I used textbooks to study. I primarily used the standard textbooks to study the entire subjects. So when I started studying for NEET-PG, I had difficulties in like understanding where how I can concise my preparation and revise the concepts where I took in a lot of time. That's when it made me think that I needed a source to help me out and help me in my revision so that I could effectively use out the time for the revision. And at the same time, I just came across ADRPLEXUS, where through some of my friends who said it's a very good platform to which could guide us, and I joined, and really I feel blessed to be a part of it because it really turned out my preparation in a different way because I stood clueless on what to do, and though I had studied from standard textbooks, I had to fine tune my details and the knowledge what I had attained. So which I think ADRPLEXUS was really a true source that helped me to actually guide out on how we have to go about in our preparation.
Okay, thank you so much, Sweta. So you say that your journey started only after your internship, so 2025. From then now to INICET, it's really great. Your journey within a span of almost 6 months, you could score this rank. It's really great. Okay. So could you please guide
Yes.
us on how was your day? So off when you are attending a class, you will be stuck to the tab, or because being an online student from morning till evening, you'd be with the class. And
Yes,
when
ma'am.
you have breaks, how did you schedule your day during your class hours and off class hours? How was your schedule?
Yes, ma'am. About the online classes, which usually starts at around 8:30, ma'am. So whenever we had classes, I used to we had all the leaderboard also. So we started off the class on the first day at 8:30, which used to just go on through the end of the day till 6:30. We had the breaks in between. I think it was sufficient enough. All the faculty members, they were kind enough to give us sufficient time and breaks in between, which I felt that was sufficient enough for all the even our morning breaks or the lunch breaks or even the evening, the short breaks that we used to have. I think that was more than sufficient. And when I used to sit in the class, I used to make sure that I had my attention when they used to teach so that I could hear or I can understand most of the concepts out there. And whichever which I couldn't understand or which I felt difficult, I used to spend time after the class to understand what it was. I didn't have much time to revise as how our faculty members usually say, but I made sure to fit in the time wherever I could so that I can revise as many times as I can, at least in the places where I felt it was difficult. And on the rest of the days, ma'am, like I used to start off because it became a practice for me, like 4 days if there was a class there, and then we had the next day also. It doesn't make us to feel to fall asleep for a longer time. So we usually get up and then the day continues. Just like I used to revise the concepts like which were not scheduled, like which classes that we didn't have, so that I made sure those days, like 3-4 days, which we used to have in between, I used it for the subjects which I felt like I had to go through for, like in the preparation, so that at least I can make some attempt for the INI-CET November. Though I was not like truly, like I didn't have the pure time to do all the subjects properly, so I just try to fit in time here and there.
Okay, so I could see that more subjects which were covered during the class, you make sure you completed during the class hours itself,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
you allotted for the subjects which were not covered and which you were able to complete it in the off class hours, right? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So that was great. So did you complete all subjects before INI-CET November, or were you particular to complete certain subjects?
No, ma'am. I remembered here and there of what I had studied during all the 4 years. So I just tried to add in stuff which I didn't know, like which were important
Okay.
from each subject. And as usual, I followed the ADR classes also in between. And truly speaking, ma'am, pediatrics classes were just so good. I just loved it a lot because it was truly segregated in the right way. Like the knowledge is there in everyone, but it was tuned in the right way. I felt like you just tuned us in the right way, and especially the leaderboard questions that you used to give and what ADR, like I felt the best part of ADR was the leaderboard, the live quizzes, which really like make us understand where we stand so that we can work on things that we really lag behind. So I worked on those and that helped me to move on mainly, ma'am.
Great.
And
Yeah.
and apart from that, at least for all the faculties that I've been seeing till now, ma'am, I just was there for around 2 months.
Okay.
And all the faculties who were there, I really loved all the classes because I felt the workbooks were so good. The way the efforts that each faculty has put in to design those workbooks were truly in the most concise form that I feel like that's one best the best venture that has been done by ADRPLEXUS team entirely, ma'am. That's a real credit that should be given to all of you because that was so good. It was just concise in the best way possible. It had all the content possible which was
Yes.
there in the textbooks also, and it was confined in a limited manner, and it was in an easier way where we could revise it also, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, Shweta. So that is one important thing which stands alone about ADR is one is the workbook, as you have told, the
Yes,
workbook
ma'am.
concept of
Definitely.
writing it and everything inside one book and the leaderboard. So leaderboard is
Yes, ma'am.
something which most of the toppers have said that it has changed their journey in a different path, right? And
Yes,
right
ma'am.
now, almost 30 to 40 questions per day in class itself, and that too
Yes,
discussed
ma'am.
along with the
Definitely.
faculties. Definitely, and I could see that how far it has helped you in your preparation as well. So
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, that's really
Truly, that was a real an advantage, I would say, for anyone who chooses ADRPLEXUS, because that's a unique thing on this entire platform, ma'am. The live quizzes, the way it makes us think, it also makes us understand how much we've understand, like from the faculty's classes itself.
yes.
Truly, like how much we can learn in the class hours and how we can like apply it on the concepts also. And really regarding the leaderboards, the faculties, ma'am, all of them had made their best possible to make us understand with the questions possible from their classes so that we understand bit by bit of the concepts clearly, so that we take off a good thing from the entire lessons that they've taught at the end of the day. That was a real thing that I really loved of ADRPLEXUS.
It is like faculty doing the MCQ along with you, and whenever you like,
Yes, ma'am.
most of the time the knowledge is there, but when you apply
Yes,
it, you have so many doubts. But by
yes, ma'am.
doing it
Definitely.
in class, your doubts will be instantly cleared, and even
Yes,
if you
ma'am.
made
True.
a mistake, you would rectify the mistake immediately,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
So,
And the faculties are also kind enough, ma'am, to even make us understand at places where we didn't know, where we had difficulties. They used to stand and explain out for each and everyone if we had doubts there. And that is truly so good of each of the faculties to spend their time in doing it for us, ma'am. It's truly an effort by all of you that makes each one of us stand here. It's just not by our efforts alone.
thank you so much, Sweta. And could you tell us about your MCQ preparation? How much MCQs you would do
Uh,
on a daily basis, on an average?
Ma'am, I made sure to try on the PYQs. I used to try the PYQs, and wherever I didn't understand, I used to read the content which is given below so that I know
Okay.
something about the concept.
Okay.
So that was the main place where I worked. And apart from that, we had that the rebound series of
Yes.
ADR where we had 40 MCQs, PYQs each day, like on alternate days, which really gave the trigger to make us work. That we had to keep working MCQs to keep your mind thinking. Like if we started doing, after a point, it was like I have to go to that time to just start doing the MCQs. That was the way the brain was tuned, I feel. So that was another advantage that I really benefited from ADRPLEXUS. And apart from that, for the MCQs, I used to solve as much as possible, ma'am, around at least a minimum of 500, and it varies from day to day. Like,
Okay, fine. That's great. On a particular day, how much you would solve on an average?
it actually varies. Like if I used to study most of the time, the
Okay.
rest of the time, which was left for the day, I used to solve the MCQ. So it
MCQ.
keeps varying. So, but I made sure that I solved PYQs daily so that I learned some new concepts which I don't know, because I felt that was the only thing I could do in the small period of time, so
Yes.
that I do some justice to the exam in November.
So that was more of a smart work, right? So hard work is definitely there, which you have put
Yes, ma'am.
from the first. But smart work, like you told, topics which you have not covered also by PYQ, you would be exposed to those topics which have been asked recurrently.
Yes, ma'am.
So that you will not be left alone in the exam, not knowing this particular topic. So that
Yes,
is really smart on your side to cover that also. And I think that is one of the main thing which has helped you in the exam as well, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So, like, what was your revision? So, I could see that this is a very short period of time you prepared for the exam. But
Yes,
did you have time for revision, or how did you schedule your revision?
ma'am, I actually didn't have proper time for revision. So I studied stuff which I didn't know, like some subjects which I'm not sure about. I studied them in a way such that I'll remember till the end. So that the ones which I felt are more volatile, I used to keep it to the end so that I should at least go through or glance through the concepts once at least. So for example, if I had some difficulties in subjects which are difficult to remember, like anatomy, the diagrams and all, I used to see the diagrams towards the end. I tried to do them in the last 10 days. And the other things which I could read in the beginning and in the classes only, I made sure like I tried to remember the concept, because I was sure I won't be having time in the end. So I read all those concepts which I should in the beginning, and the rest stuff I like whichever subjects I felt would be difficult or which would be volatile, the numericals and the numbers and values and all, I tried to just recollect it towards the end of the closer to the exam.
Okay, so that's great. So you divide your revision into two parts, like concept based and facts. So concepts which you are sure you did not revisit it,
Yes,
and certain facts which you think you might not remember, you had a revision of that. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I could understand that. So that's good. So this being a journey from your internship to NEET-PG and then to INI-CET November, anywhere in this journey did you feel like I'm feeling low or self-doubt? If you had so many things which made you feel low, how did you overcome this?
Ma'am, I think definitely that's part of phase that everybody would go through in our life. Like when we like go from one phase to another, like when we have exams in between, it's innate for a human to get funk up at times. But then like it's just the motive that we have to move forward, like because we have to reach a place where we can understand that we have achieved something. So that's the trigger, I would say. Like even though it may not be like as what we wanted in any exam, we must just move on for the next one, like thinking that God will definitely make the way for the next one, which may be the best option for us too. So that was the way I just kept moving on. And this, I don't know, ma'am, like actually I would say it was purely God's grace, because efforts there, like everybody is what we do, and like where we stand today, I feel it's because of God.
That's absolutely true. So
Yes,
there
ma'am.
are
And
periods definitely where you will feel low, but you did not succumb to it. Yes, that is
yes,
main
ma'am.
thing. So don't stay there for long. Bounce back
Yes, ma'am.
stronger.
We have to.
Yes.
Definitely, ma'am.
Very good. Very good. Great. Okay. Shweta, if I ask you, tell me
Yes,
three things which helped you, which is making you something different from others and which has helped you in this part, what would you tell?
ma'am. First thing I would say is consistency, ma'am. Like consistency, like what I would say is starting from the first year when I started MBBS. From there, it was one thing that I saw which I felt like others, if they could follow, it will be a good pattern, like to overcome all these struggles that we may come through for each subject. like for each year, when we keep following the subjects in the as well as your clinicals as well as our theory part, it'll give us an understanding. And once we are done with the 4 years of our MBBS, and then we have our internship where it'll make us to understand, like to make our concepts more clear when we practice it, and also when we interact with patients. And following which, when we start our preparation, I feel all the knowledge that we have acquired, we can tune it into the right pathway. Like that will pave us the way for the success. That was one thing I felt.
Okay.
Second thing, I would just say, like, it would be good to stick to one source of like any one platform of study, ma'am. Like rather going to two or three and confusing in each of the things. Like the content may be the same, but then the way of teaching also differs. So when we are comfortable with one platform, it's better to stick to that. And when once we stick to that and we follow that, and I think that is more sufficient. Like it doesn't matter like how much we're studying. But the key idea is that when we are stuck to one thing, then we move on the right path and we just look straight. We don't look on the sides. So once when we have the confidence in us to just move on in the right way, then I feel that itself will take you a long way. Like it'll be easier for you to pave the way for success. And definitely, ma'am, in that respect, I would say ADR is one platform that uniquely stands out. I don't know, like the leaderboards are something that I really feel that they helped me during this 2 month period of time. It at least tuned me the way that how I should, like go about solving MCQs, or that's the way, like once we read a concept, you're supposed to work on the MCQs. That was the right pathway that it guided me into. So that one part, I feel that credit completely goes to ADRPLEXUS and the entire team, ma'am. And the second thing that I would say is the entire faculties, ma'am, like each subjects, for example, when I had difficulties in certain subjects.
Okay.
So those subjects were like, I didn't read them like in depth. So those subjects were, I would just say it's God's grace that I had those subjects to be covered when I joined ADR. So those difficult parts I could conquer upon when I joined into ADR classes. And all the classes, though it used to be hectic, it used to appear hectic when we used to sit for 4 days continuously. But then the end result, when we look at that book, it feels that we've almost covered most of the concept. That's the happiness that we get. At least we have prepared at least the majority of it. And truly speaking, ma'am, pediatrics, I just you just nailed your subject, ma'am. Truly speaking, that was like everybody can teach, ma'am, but yours was very in a structured way, and that was one thing that I really liked it. And I had some difficulties here and there in like cardiology and all, ma'am. Like Dr. Rajesh Pubasa, he was so nice enough, and his classes were so good. Though I didn't attend the classes online because I joined late, but I went through the recorded videos. That gave me an understanding to like really apply those concepts in the exam. Though I didn't know the answers, like we may not know everything, but then the concepts that he had taught helped me to go through in the exam. The two especially that helped me in INICET November, ma'am. So those and every faculty who had taught me, ma'am, like till now, these 2 months, I feel I'm truly indebted to them because they helped me conquer my the nook and corners where I felt I could fall down during the exams. So true credits during this part, it truly goes to all of you, ma'am, like whoever have, taught me, and definitely to the entire team who've been teaching all the students till now.
Thank you so much, Sweta. So the actual credit is yours, but we are really proud of it. Okay, so a product of
Yes,
ADRPLEXUS, and you are shining, and we are really happy about it. This is what as teachers we also like to hear. Okay,
yes, ma'am.
so thank you so much for that. Okay, so here
Yes,
you
ma'am.
have told about the important aspects of ADR, like workbook, leaderboard, and all, right?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
other than this, what are the other things which helped you in the preparation from ADRPLEXUS? So as journey towards this, how ADRPLEXUS has been along with you in this journey?
Ma'am, in this short period of 2 months, though it didn't seem 2 months actually, because I was so much filled up with the classes with the ADR. So every week we used to have classes, and I think it's been scheduled in the right way. Like it's not too bombarded with too many subjects at a time. Each week we have one subject, which feels like we go through the subject and we read it once the classes are over, and then we used to have also the subject tests. So once we sit in the class, after the class, even if we revise once and we take up the test, I feel that was more than enough to like understand like where all like how well we've understood the concepts, and if we have to do something more, like where we have to work on or something. So those points were clearly like marked out through those subject tests, because I think the questions were framed that way. So it mostly covered all the concepts. And if there was something new, we used to learn it from there. And apart from that, we also had a privilege, ma'am, like though we joined into our regular classes, Dr. Seren Reddy, sir, he was also and the entire ADRPLEXUS team, they were kind enough to also provide us with the Rebound app for INI-CET exam. And we also saw those test and discussions which had those 100 MCQs, and where we used to solve them, and then the faculties also used to discuss the questions on the next day, so that we used to understand like what could be in the questions apart from the ones which have been mentioned there. So which was like a reinforcement, like what could have been more added on apart from the subjects that we learned in the normal classes. So that was one advantage that I saw, ma'am. And as I told prior, the important thing was that INI-CET PYQs, which was conducted on alternate days, that was truly helpful. And apart from that, we also had those quick revision classes, ma'am, in Rebound. I think, though I couldn't use it completely, I used the regular classes. So for some of them, which I really didn't, I tried to use them. But I didn't have sufficient time to go through everything, ma'am. Like in the short period of time, I made use of whatever I could. I tried adding those things which I could take from ADR, like from all the faculties who were so kind enough to even teach us. Like even the small doubts also were cleared with so much clarity, ma'am. I feel that it's truly your patience when you come and sit. It's also difficult for you to sit in a closed environment, and then taking a class for us with nobody sitting in front of you. That's also a difficulty, like for online classes. But still, you people made it so what to say, ma'am? It was so lively. Like it didn't feel that we were sitting in a room at our home, and you're taking in another place. It felt so lively, as if we are just there in a live class with you. So that was truly a benefit that I would say, ma'am. Like truly a venture of ADRPLEXUS, which is truly beneficial for so many people, I'm sure.
Okay, so like for us also, it feels like you people are very interactive. No? Even in online class, it feels like
Yes,
it's like we are teaching face to face, and being so interactive in online class, it's very difficult. You will write as well as you have to answer. You have to type it in the chat
yes,
box.
ma'am.
That was great. Okay, so online batch students, though it is online, you people are also interactive. So that shows how much you are into this. Okay, so
Yes, ma'am.
more than offline classes, online you need a bit of extra motivation to cover everything, and even catch up with the videos which is not been covered. So I could see that you have effectively handled those periods with a short period of time. How to effectively handle that is what I have learned from the last 10 to 15 minutes on speaking with you. So time is not the only factor, right? If you could use the time effectively, so this is what happens. Like Shweta, you can definitely score a rank of 37. Yeah. So Shweta, finally,
Yes,
what advice you would give to your juniors? So we're going to attend the next NEET or INI-CET. What advice you would?
Ma'am, truly, they should. What I would suggest is everybody should have a consistency, and they should be confident on what they have learned. Like, though we might fall down during our like whenever we have like ups and downs, we should be able to conquer them and just move on fast. Like, and we need to keep working on our wherever we make mistakes, and we should make sure that we don't repeat it again. So that's one thing, that we can't keep repeating the same mistake again. So once we make a mistake, we should make sure that we shouldn't make the mistake again in the exam. So then we must not regret saying that I didn't do it then. So that won't be the point to regret like after the exam. So that was one thing. And truly, ma'am, I would just suggest to truly follow the entire advice given by the faculty, because they're truly guiding in the right way. So there's nothing beyond what all of the faculty at ADRPLEXUS are doing, ma'am, because you're guiding us, each faculty for their subject. They really guide the way, like how we are supposed to truly follow the way. For pediatrics, ma'am, like you used to clearly say like which of the concepts are important, which we need to revise again. And also, like all the faculties made sure that you brought in the new updates also, ma'am. So you kept adding things like these are the new drugs which have been added for especially in pediatrics. Also, I've seen, ma'am, like you used to add all the new updates also whenever you used to take classes. The new drugs which have been brought into play for the diseases, and those you used to mark as important, which we should remember at then. So those, I think everybody should follow what the pathway that's given by ADR. Apart from that, as everybody says, revision, ma'am. Though I didn't have proper time to do revision, but revision is the best way that I feel that we need to keep revising the concepts again and again as much as we can, so that it just sticks into your head, like beyond the point which we don't have to read it again. So that was one thing that I would like suggest to everyone. And truly after that, ma'am, apart from that, like it would be good if everybody like goes through as many MCQs as possible, because that's a true key, because that makes you think, to know where we stand, and also to understand where we are. And all the tests that's been given by ADR, and we should attend the leaderboards. They are truly best beneficial, I would say. And apart from that, all the subject tests and GTs, as much as GTs, we should give as much as we can. That's the thing.
Okay,
And
Shweta.
I think truly the efforts that we put, it'll get paid off somewhere in our way. Though it may not be, we may have ups and downs, but it'll be paid somewhere.
Definitely. So whatever
Yes,
hard work we have put, definitely at one point of time, you will definitely see the fruits of it. So you are already seeing it. So whatever you have done in this short span, it has definitely helped you. And we are
yes,
very happy and proud that
thank you so much, ma'am.
our student has scored a rank of 37. So wishing you all the very best. Thank you so much for sharing all your thoughts about your preparation and guiding your juniors as well. So that was great
Yes,
to listen to. And all the very best for your future endeavors. I hope that you get the seat of your choice, and be happy. Keep
ma'am.
making your passion out. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. It's been a pleasure to speak to you today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, ma'am.